Robinson to Powell. Scotty is out. Ball hit the shortstop. Belanger, fine play to his left, or to his right, rather. Long throw to Powell, and Billy is out. Fine play by Belanger. Well, that's all for the Red Sox here in the fourth. They had 1 run, 2 hits, no Oriole errors, and 1 left on base. So after 4 full, it's Baltimore 3 and Boston 1.
Frank Robinson's 3-run home run in the third was the big blow, or has been so far. Down to first goes Johnson. Line drive, base hit to center field. Johnson moves over to second base as Etchebarren comes through. Runners at first and second and 1 out.
Pretty good speed. Davy Johnson runs, well, you wouldn't say he's a Blair or a Buford.
There's the bunt, and they go to third and make it. Back to first. The ball goes by Griffin, and they're chasing it. Smith after the ball, and rounding third is Etchebarren. The throw goes to third, and Etchebarren comes home. Etchebarren went into the plate with a head-first diving slide.
Again, I believe there were 2 errors on that scoring that just happened. Rico received an error, and I think Reggie Smith got one.
There's a line drive to Yastrzemski. Powell making the catch coming in as Buford hit the ball hard. So in the 5th inning, the Orioles come up with another run. And at the end of 4 1/2, Baltimore leads 4-1. Drive to center field. Redmond back. And it is off the wall. Josephson has doubled to center. Griffin up. He doubled off the wall and left in the third. Good bunt. McNally makes a nice play on it and gets Griffin. Good play. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter. Here's a replay as McNally comes up with the ball and then flips it over to Powell. Griffin out. Pretty close. Ball to left field. Off the wall. Phil Gagliano drives home Josephson. Hit. Gagliano will have to hold. Buford up with the ball, and he's running it in. Runs it all the way in as Aparicio singles sharply to left. Jackson has joined Dukes warming up in the bullpen. Pops it into short center. Retman makes the catch. Gagliano on third base. Aparicio on first. 2 out. And the batter is Yastrzemski. Strike 3. McNally strikes out Yastrzemski, and the Red Sox are out in the 5th inning. They picked up 1 run. They had 3 base hits in the inning and 2 men left on. So at the end of 5 full, Baltimore leads 4-2. Strike 1. We pause now 5 seconds for station identification.
WHDH TV, Channel 5, Boston.
Woo. 1-1. Population of Hickory Grove about 250. Up the chute toward Aparicio. Ooh. He managed to get out of the way. Powell goes to second. The count goes to 3-2. A wild pitch. Here's another look at it. As Retman ducked away from it. Powell goes to second. And Earl Weaver is out, and he's talking with the plate umpire, Ron Luciano.
Ken, he's probably claiming that Bolin is trying to throw at Retman. I don't think in a game like this he would do it. Now, I just couldn't understand what Weaver's doing. But Retman, if you notice, got out of the way of that ball perfectly. He knew how to turn. If he'd have turned the other way, that ball had a good chance of getting him, and I think it might have done some damage. But this kid here is an aggressive young man. Of course, I'm sure Bolin didn't want to get in there that close, but he wanted to let him know he was out there, and the count going to 3-2.
Foul ball to the screen. Retman is on. Well, Bolin has walked 2 in this inning with 2 out in the 6th. The batter is Brooks Robinson. Baltimore leads 4-2. Has single to left, flied to left, and flied to right. Fly ball towards Smith. And he caught it, but he was into a tough sun. And he might have just put his glove where he thought the ball might be. In any case, Reggie Smith makes the catch. Watch him now. Fine play as he looked it right in. You can see him looking it into the glove. That's a tough sun. No runs. Etchebarren talking with McNally, whose control has been fine today. He hasn't walked a man. Ball 4. Walks on 4 straight pitches. Earl Weaver there in the Oriole dugout. Duke's warming up again. Ball 4. McNally has walked the first 2 men here in the 6th. Earl Weaver is coming out. The first 2 men that he has walked, and Weaver is making a change. He is going out.
Dave McNally leaving the premises, getting a good hand.
Bouncer up the middle. Belanger flips it to Johnson for 1. Safe at first. Here's another look. Bounder up the middle. Here's the flip.
Belanger makes a good play on that. He completely turns around to get the head man. I'm sure they just tried to make sure of one. But Davy Johnson, trying for a double play, still threw the ball, and it was a bad throw, and Powell had to come off the bag.
Griffin is up with runners at first and third and 2 out. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Belanger throws to Johnson, and the inning is over. Nothing for the Red Sox, and at the end of 6, Baltimore leads 4-2.
By 2. Base hit to right field. To left field in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 on the day officially. Gone with a .301 batting average with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. There's a base hit to right. Reggie goes to second base, but Echeverren gets back as Johnson comes in to score. That is the 5th run. In fact, last year he received 109 walks. A .272 batting average last year. Ball hit to Scott. To second, and he's out. Nice play by Scotty. Before the ball game, said he's been lunging at 3-2. There you see it on the scoreboard. Ball 3, strike 2. 2 men out. Of course, Belanger will be going, and Echeverren will have to wait and see what happens. So it's 3-2. And big Boop Powell. Ball 4. That is the 4th walk given up by Bob Bolin. So Echeverren goes to Echeverren's on third. And here comes Harvey Haddix. He's going to make the change. Belanger goes to second. Of course, Powell on first base. Frank Robinson will be the hitter. Red Sox pitchers have given 11 bases on balls in this ball game. Powell at first base, Belanger at second. There they go. Popped in the air. Rico calling. And that's all for the Orioles. So for Baltimore here in the 7th, there was 1 run on 2 hits, no Red Sox errors, and 3 left on. So after 6 1/2, Baltimore 5 and Boston 2.